Hey Scorpio, thanks for visiting. And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, please subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. You don't have to. My voice is a bit croaky, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm going to get this out for you as quickly as I can. So I'm just going to start now. I'm not going to go on anymore. The first card you have for your past is the Queen of Swords. So yes, this Queen has her guard up. She really does. You can see that, everyone knows that. And she's up above everything. She's up in the clouds. So, you know, she's there so that she can see everything that comes to her. Nothing gets past her. She can see what's coming and she can come and put her sword up against what's coming to her. So I think this is about you. You definitely weren't letting anything or anyone get past you. Again, I think you did in the past, but you weren't at this time. I think you were moving forwards, but you were moving forwards very, very carefully, very, very cautiously. I think there might have been some cheating around you in your past. I think you might have been cheated on or left or hurt or something like that. There was some kind of shock that happened to you. It might have been recently, it might have been a while ago, but it sent you into hermit mode for a long, long time, I think. And you were just left in this hermit mode. You couldn't get yourself out of that. Now at this time you're coming out of this definitely, but you're still really, really guarded like this Queen. So I think this ex or this person who really hurt you, I actually think they have a lot of dissatisfaction around them actually. They're never satisfied. They're never satisfied, this person. That's what I'm seeing. They might even be a little bit they might be a bit childish actually. They might have childish impulses. I'm seeing impulses. They just do things. They just say, right, I want that, I'm going to get that. Right, I'm going to cheat, I'm going to get this other person. Right, I want that. Right, I'm going to leave, I'm just going to leave. I don't care, I'm not going to tell them, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to do it. I don't care, I'm just going to do whatever I want. It's that kind of really childish, like a spoiled child who just does whatever they want. And they might still be doing that. They might still be running around trying to serve their impulses, because I think that's what they do. They try, that's what their aim is, serving their own impulses. And I think they might have left a lot of people hurt actually, not just you, other people as well. But yeah, you're very, very cautiously moving forward at this time. You are navigating your way through the world again. After a time of not wanting to navigate your way through the world. You wanted to just stay to yourself for a long, long time. But now you're coming out, but you're still very, very cautious. That's what I'm seeing in that card. The next card you have your past is Strength. So, yeah, I think there might have been someone around you who might have been trying to get close to you, actually. I'm saying trying because you weren't easy to get close to. You were the Queen of Swords. So yeah, they were trying though. And I think this might be a love connection. And I think whoever this is very patient. They need to be patient with you because you're the Queen of Swords. And I think this might be someone who you've known for a while actually, because I'm seeing someone who might have been friends with you for a long time. And then maybe this grew into something more. Especially in their eyes, from their side. I think they might have known you as a friend for a long time, and then suddenly something clicked inside of them and they realized, oh, actually, I have feelings for this person. It was something like that. Now, I think I'm also seeing, you know, some innocence around this person. They have an innocent way about them. Not childish like this other person, innocence. There's a big difference between the two. Childish is really like, I want everything, I want that, I'm going to cry until I get what I want, and I'm going to, you know, say, I want that, yes I do, I want that toy, give it to me, and I'm going to throw a tantrum. That's what childish is. Innocent is someone who has a very wholesome way of looking at things. That's what I'm seeing. You know, they're not looking at what they can take from people and take from situations and take from things. They're looking at what they can give to things. They're looking at how they can help. That's the difference between these two people, this new person and this ex. And it was quite refreshing for you to see that. Now, I don't know if this person has strong spiritual views or strong religious views. I don't know about that, but there's some sense of very strong morality around them, and that might be a part of this innocence. They see a definite sense of right and wrong. This is right, this is wrong. They have that around them. So they'd never do something like cheat. They'd never do something like ghost anyone. They'd never do something like run away or treat people like that. They have a very strong sense of right and wrong. But if someone treats them wrongly in a bad way, they'll say something, they'll do something about it. They'll be very upfront about this. I know that's very noisy. It's raining. There's a noisy... it's quite noisy. So yeah, I'll just keep going. Sorry, that it probably bothers me more than it does you. I know the noises bother me quite a lot. So anyway, I'll keep on going. Yeah, what was I seeing? Yeah, they wanted to be with you. They wanted to be with you, and they do. They still do right now. I think they might be thinking about a long-term relationship with you as well, because I'm just looking at this infinity symbol over this woman's head. So they want to be with you for a long time. That's what I'm seeing, but they're very patient. The last card you have your past is the Hanged Man. So yeah, this is how this new person saw you. Again, they saw you as holding back, taking your time. You were making your mind up about things. I don't think they were frustrated with you, but I think they knew you well. They knew your personality well. They knew a bit of what you'd been through, I think. You probably spoke to them about it if they were your friend. And yeah, they'd known you for a long time before they had this kind of romantic interest in you. The Hanged Man can also be about having to let go of something before you're ready to move on to new things. So I think you definitely let your ex go, but I think you still had a few internal emotional issues that you had to let go of. And I think this is normal. I think these things just take time. You know, this is a process. It was like you had to let go of things, and then you had to build yourself up again after letting go. That's what I'm seeing in that. And you had to build your confidence back up, and you will do that. And you had to let yourself grow back into yourself again, because I'm just looking at these new leaves on this tree in this card. And this Hanged Man's legs are also forming a number 4, and the number 4 can be about completion, coming to the end of something. So this person in the Strength card was waiting for you to complete this process, to come to the end of this process before they could come and try and get closer to you again. So they were very patient. I'm seeing that again in this card. So the first card you have your present is the Magician. So I love this card. I love it. I'm Aries, so of course I do. And I think you were, you're coming out of all of this, and I think as you were, your mind was a lot sharper. Very sharp. The Magician has a very sharp mind, a very witty, clear mind. He can see exactly what he wants. He knows what he wants to do, and he knows how to do this. Now, I think when you're coming out of this terrible time with this ex, your mind was very cloudy, very foggy. You had a lot of little stresses that kind of sent you almost over the edge. Little things that usually wouldn't bother you were really bothering you at this time, because you were so stressed and so uptight and so upset and everything like that. Yeah, I don't mean to keep on reminding you of that time or your ex, but I'm just seeing a huge difference between where you were then and where you are now. So that's why I'm kind of just illustrating that. The sharpness of mind that you have now is so different to the way you were then. And you're so focused. It's almost as if you have this laser focus right now. I don't know if you're running your own business or if you're doing something on the side to make extra money, but I'm seeing you either doing something like that, or you're planning it, or at least you're kind of thinking about something like that. You're very ambitious at this time, if this is resonating with you. And I don't think you had this in you before when you were with this ex. Definitely not. And definitely not when you were trying to get over them. I'm also seeing that you might have, at one time, you might have defined yourself by your ex, defined yourself by your relationship with your ex and the relationship as a whole. And that's something you'll really, really come out of. You're really independent. You're by yourself now. And you can definitely manifest these things. You can definitely manifest these ambitions that you have. This is the Magician. So keep this focus going. Keep this very sharp focus on what you want, and you can do this. You can manifest this. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your present is Death. Yes. But this is really good. Again, this is about transformation. This is what's coming out of the ashes of your old situation. So if you're not sure about rushing ahead with this person who's interested in you, I can see why you're not, because you have so much else on your mind. You have everything on your mind. You have so much you want to do. You have all these ambitions. And I think for a long time, what I'm seeing here is for a long time, when you broke up with your ex, or when they did this to you, when you left them, or when they left you, you were still trying to hold on to them. Now, you were holding on emotionally. Now, you didn't mean to do that. Nobody means to do that, but it's very common. A lot of people do that. They can't quite let go. It's really hard. This is just how it was for you. This is just how you were feeling, and you just had to get through that. But I think when you're finally able to let all of this go and let them go, and you surrender to this, it was like, I'm accepting this, I'm surrendering this, I'm letting go, which is what this card can be about, surrendering to the inevitable. If you look at it, there's a priest or a bishop in front of this death horse, this death, and he's kind of trying to negotiate. He's saying, oh, please don't let me die, please don't let me die. So he's having a harder time of it, but the other people in front who have just laid down and let death kind of walk over them, they're having an easier time of it. So for a long time you're negotiating, no, I don't want to let this go, I don't want to let this go, and then you finally did, and that's when you surrender to the inevitable, when you said, no, this is over with, I can't do anything about it, it's over, I've just got to accept it. And when you did that, this is when all of these ideas and everything came into your mind. Now, they couldn't come into your mind earlier than that. The time wasn't right for you. And I think you might have dreamt about doing something like this business or whatever this ambition is that you have. You might have dreamt about this in your past for a long, long time. But now this is a reality. Once it was a dream, now it's a reality. I'm seeing huge growth with whatever this is that you want to do, whatever you want to manifest. And you're going to put a lot of work into this as well. I can see that. But yeah, what happened was you surrendered. And when you did that, you had all of these ideas, and now the sun is starting to come in, and you're having this manifestation. You're having this thing manifest now, and you could see the sun coming up. It's in this card, it's near the horse's head, the sun that's coming up. So this is what's happening to you now, rising out of the bad situation. So the last card you have for your present is Temperance. This is also about rising out of a bad situation. It can be about alchemy, making a bad situation better. So I think your feelings might actually be a little bit confused around this new person at this time. I'm seeing a lot of independence around you, which is what this card can be about, and also a feeling of not wanting to let yourself go, or not wanting to lose your head in love or something like that. I think you did that with your ex, and obviously that was a disaster, and you don't want to repeat that again. So I think if this new person's very, very different. They're nothing like your ex. But I think if you do eventually get together properly, I think you'll still have one foot on the ground like this angel, and you'll probably go out of your way to keep that foot on the ground. You're not going to let it get off the ground. So you're going to have this little bit inside yourself that's going to say, no, I'm not going to let myself go totally. I'm not going to let myself go totally. And I'm also getting this feeling of, you might be thinking to yourself something like, I'm growing now, I'm taking off now, things are taking off for me, I'm not letting anyone hold me back. I mean, I'm seeing taking off, and look at these passionate red wings on this angel. I don't think they would try to hold you back, but it's this feeling of, you've earned your place, you've earned the right to take off, to get this manifestation, and to do this by yourself, to be independent in this. So, if this resonates, I think it might take some time before you actually stop viewing any relationships or any people who want to be with you as things that hold you back. I think you probably feel that way about anyone or anything, no matter who it was. It's nothing that you have against this particular person. It's just the way that you are at this time. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the World. Yeah. Fantastic card. You have so many amazing cards in this reading, and I don't think anything or anyone could hold you back. Even if they wanted to, they couldn't do that. This is also showing me that, again, things are going to take off quickly in this business or whatever this is. I am seeing a warning in this card, and I don't think you're normally like this, but I'll tell you what I'm seeing. There might be some people around this business or this situation that you're trying to do, or this project you're trying to manifest. And I think they might try to talk about what you're doing. I'm hearing a lot of talking and seeing people talking about this. They might be trying to give you unwanted advice. They might be trying to criticize or something. Now, I think some of these people are going to give you constructive criticism. And I think you're right to listen to people and want to improve. That's absolutely fine, of course. But there might also be some people who aren't as constructive. There's a plane going past at the moment. Wonderful. I don't live on a runway. I really don't. Anyway, I won't let that distract me. I have already, I know. But yeah, some people are going to be really critical. Some people are going to be constructive. Some people are going to be destructive. There's a difference between the two, and you're going to have to separate these two groups in your mind, I think. So listen to these people if you like, but always follow your own instincts. I think you do that, but I think at this time you might get a little bit lost in excuse me, I just had a hiccup, trying to please too many people. I don't know if these are going to be your customers or whether these are just random people trying to advise you. I don't know. But you can't please everyone, and you shouldn't try to do that. Of course, you should take note of what people say. That's absolutely fine. But ultimately, your decisions should be your own decisions. If you get lost in this world of, oh, what do people think of me? Maybe I have to do this. Maybe I have to do that. Go back to how you're feeling in the Magician card. You had this laser focus. You were determined. You knew what you wanted. You know what you wanted to do and how to do that. Go back to that. Go back to that feeling if you do get lost in all these people's voices telling you what to do. The next card you have for your future is the Seven of Wands. Yeah. So yeah, these might be faceless people even that are trying to give you this kind of advice or criticize you or whatever. You might be getting these things in email or text or whatever. It's some medium where you're not speaking face to face. And I don't mean to sound bossy, I'm not trying to be, but I'm going to tell you what to do again, I'm sorry. Don't try to battle these people. Don't defend yourself over and over again to these people. There's just no point in doing it. And don't let these people fluster you or make you flustered or put you off. If you look at the man on this card, he's actually wearing two different kinds of shoes. He's got one small lace-up shoe, or one kind of normal-looking lace-up shoe, and he's got a boot on. So it looks like he's so flustered and stressed with this battle that he's dealing with that he's forgotten to put the same shoes on. He's kind of rushed off, put two different shoes on, and he's so flustered. So obviously I don't think you're going to do something like that, but you might. But don't let people put you off your game. Some people might be trying to put you off your game. There are people who do that, believe me. So yeah, some people have a lot to say, but you have a lot to do. You have a lot to do. So if you have a lot to do, don't waste your time on people who have a lot to say. That's what I'm seeing now. So, and now there's something beeping its horn. So that's a warning for you. Don't listen to these people. There you are. There's the horn. The last card you have for your future is the King of Cups. So yeah, this is really interesting. I think you might be drawing on your emotions or on your past experiences with this thing that you're going to be doing. I'm seeing some creativity around this, some kind of speaking or writing maybe. It might even be acting. That might be what this project or this business or this thing is that you're doing. And you might be reaching into your emotions to enable you to do this thing or get whatever this thing is out. And maybe this is why I was seeing you being so sensitive with this criticism, because I think this has a personal element to it. That could be why, I don't know. You might want to think, I'm just hesitating because I'm also seeing, this is right next to the Temperance card, and the Temperance card again, which is what I was saying before, is about making a bad situation better. So that's what you're doing here, and it's interesting, it's right next to that. So drawing on this bad situation, all your emotions, all of that, bringing it into a new project or a new thing is a way of making a bad situation better. So that's what you're doing in this King of Cups again. So I'm sorry, I just saw that again. So I think you might want to think about isolating this project or this thing from people for a while. Not forever. I'm not saying that you should shelter yourself from criticism or anything like that. Don't do that. But it might help if you do this just for a while things are still in their early stages maybe. This king's on his own. He's sort of on his own island, really, in the middle of the water. He's isolated. So, of course you're going to have to show this to people at some time. This thing needs an audience. I'm seeing that. But maybe wait until you're totally ready before you show this to people. It's a little bit like, I think about these things as a little bit like a rosebud. When you have a little rosebud, you water it and you let it grow and you watch it. You don't kind of pull it out before it's fully grown. So just nurture this, shelter this, take care of it. And then when it's ready, when you're ready, when you feel ready to show people, then that might be the time to do that. That's what I'm seeing now. So Scorpio, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with every single Scorpio in the whole world. But again, if you like this reading, please subscribe if you'd like to, or leave a comment. And thank you so much for watching.